We're live. It's Sunday morning, 9 a.m. I'm Judy,
I'm Edie.
and together we're the Rainbow Grannies.
Yay!
Hey! Come join us every Saturday and Sunday morning, 9 a.m. for coffee with the Rainbow Grannies. We just came off of live TikTok, and that's where Edie's closing up the live TikTok and asking everyone to come on over here to YouTube. We'll continue our morning conversation because, one cup of coffee in 1 hour is just not enough. We need plenty more. So come on over. So Edie's she gonna go refill. You're gonna need a refill of coffee, or you good?
No, I'm gonna need a refill.
You're gonna need a refill. So you want to get it, or you want me to
I'll
get it?
get it.
You'll get it. Edie's
I'll
gonna
get
get
it.
the refill. I'm gonna talk about our date we had last night.
And boy, did we have a good time. We was over there having a wonderful time last night. Our anniversary is coming up real soon, so we lucked out and just had a really nice time. Hey,
Hey Danielle, dangerous
so
Danny, yeah.
so what we're doing right now is a lot of people are coming over from TikTok, so we're allowing giving them a few minutes to come on over and make sure they put a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. That means minimize the chat. Click on the thumbs up, and it'll come up.
And Fuzzy Bear's here. Good morning. And we know there are more folks if you type in, and I can call out your name. So we were talking about Edie's gonna refill her coffee. Hey, Justine, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Wiz. We saw the Wiz last night. We saw the Wiz because Edie got free tickets for the Wiz and free parking. This was just amazing. She's on one of those websites or groups where people have something that they need to give away, and these folks had double booked their plan for that night, and so they actually had tickets to the Wiz to give away. And we were thinking about the Wiz and thought we want to really see it because we wanted to do something fun for our anniversary coming up this month. So let me talk about the Wiz. We saw what was it? There was this TV show. There was a TV show where we saw the cast of the Wiz on the TV show, and their singing was so good that the host of the TV show was crying because the singing was so good. And so it was the same cast here in Pittsburgh. If it comes your way, go see it. This is fantastic, and this is something we forgot to mention, Edie. The actress who played Dorothy, her name is Nichelle Lewis. They found her on TikTok.
Yes. How about that? Yes, she was on TikTok singing, and they found her on TikTok. And I mean, talk about talented. Oh my God, that girl can sing. She can dance. She's pretty. I mean, we're just talking a well rounded, complete talent there.
Right.
I mean, I wanted to be there to help her cash her check.
And the Melody Beth. See, I don't know any of these performers. They're all new for me, right? So these are all the names we gotta all know. Probably some of you know some of these folks, and I just feel like I'm out of the loop here. But Melody Beth, she played Aunt Em, and she played the Wicked Witch. She, oh my gosh, she could sing.
Yes.
And she had, I mean, the score, the music they had, the songs they had for her were just out of this world. And she hit them, and they all did. They were all dancing. They were all singing. They all did their great performances. I mean, I could talk for hours about, picking apart everything they did. The scenery was incredible. What
Oh
was
yeah.
fun for me is we're so used to movies, and in movies, oh, there's the tornado, so you just show, they had dancers were the tornado. Dancers
Right.
came on
They
stage.
brought in
They
this
were the
smoky
tornado.
looking background, and it was just beautiful. And then the dancers just spun. It was beautiful. I mean, but you figure this was no like country bumpkin kind of production there. This was the real
Right.
deal.
And so we're saying if you can find the movie with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross and Nipsey Russell,
Hmm.
and who are the other performers in there?
Stephanie Mills.
Yeah. You can find that, watch that. It was made a long time ago. Great movie. And the thing is, though, that if you can see the Wiz on stage, because all these musicals, a lot of us get to see musicals when they're made into movies, because not many people get to the stage.
Right.
But if you can see them on stage,
Well,
because
see,
they were
Judy
written
had
for
seen one.
stage.
You saw one like a couple years ago or a year ago, so that had Queen Latifah in it, right?
Right, it had Queen Latifah in it, and this was, I don't know if some of you remember, every autumn there's this one TV station that was doing musicals live
Well,
on
during the
TV.
pandemic, right?
Right. No,
Yeah.
not just during
No.
before the pandemic,
Oh, okay.
and they were doing it because somebody made funding available for it because there's so many people who don't get to see stage,
That's nice.
and
Yeah.
so they had it live and filmed on TV. They did
So,
that. They did The Wiz. They did Jesus Christ Superstar. They did Peter Pan. I forget all the ones they did.
so good morning, everybody that's out there. Thank you so much for watching us and following us and hanging out with us. You can't imagine how excited we are. Like when I look at these videos and here I see, I'm going to tell you how much this means to us.
Mhm.
Like later on in the day, I open up the videos and I take a look and everything. And as I watch the numbers go up and everything, it just warms my heart and amazes me that there's so many people that think that we're pretty cool, that we like the two coolest old grandma ladies that they know. I mean, we're always out on an adventure. We're always having fun. We look at just life is like let's have a good time while we can. That's what we're encouraging everybody else to do too, is have a good time while they can. We were
That's good.
over on our TikTok account there and we were talking with a bunch of people over there and they were sharing with us about, their children and being
Mm-hmm.
pan and
Mm-hmm. And trans.
trans and have, and trying to understand them and everything. And we know that it can be a really difficult thing to understand because when you don't come from that kind of world, when you don't come from a gay world, for you, it's just like, gay, what? What do you mean you like a woman? Or what do you mean you like a man? And it's so hard to understand. But what we found is that there's so many people that are actually trying to understand.
Mm-hmm.
They may not understand it, but at least they're accepting it well enough to go ahead and just
Try to learn.
try to
Try to
learn.
learn with the kids. I want to give a shout out to Christopher's here and Sugar Flower and Destine. I don't remember if I gave you a shout out, Destine. And Amber's
Amber,
here. Hey, and if you can hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, the like button, and keep pushing out the algorithm so folks know that we're here.
right. So do me a favor too. Every person that's in this chat, type hi or what city you're from. Type what city you're from or hello, right?
Hey,
So that we
Wesley.
can at least get the so it'll at least know that there's somebody chatting here and that it's all complicated the way the algorithm works and all that,
We should write a song. We should write a rap about algorithms, huh?
algorithm.
I'll do that part. You do the song. Okay. Okay, wait.
I want to learn the algorithm. I learn to learn the algorithm and learn to make it. I'm not a rapper. I can't. But I look cool. I look cool.
Yeah, best box.
Beatbox.
So,
You had a beatbox.
beatbox.
Judy, we need. We do need to chat. Yes, you do.
That's because Wesley's on here and we're both crazy about musicals, and I like to write them and Wesley like to perform in them. So
Yes.
together we may be a team. So I mean, musicals. I grew up watching musicals and grew up watching plays, and every time I just cried and cried and cried because it's just so. Look, I'm crying now.
Just,
There is nothing like if you're a creator, a playwright. There is nothing like writing a play and watching people walk away just so moved by it,
good
whether they're
morning,
singing the
Elmira.
song or whatever. And so Wesley liked performing. So I told Edie last night that I'll know when my time comes to die that I know I produced one 10-minute musical. And I am so glad.
Yeah.
So during the pandemic. We couldn't do any performances. And so a musical group in Pittsburgh and a dramatist group in Pittsburgh got together and said, hey, who wants to work on 10-minute musicals? And that's what we did the entire year. I wrote the book, teamed up with somebody who wrote the lyrics and someone else who wrote the music. None of us knew each other before. And we couldn't meet because in person, because it was the pandemic, everything was on Zoom. And I had my chance to write a 10-minute musical. And then a few years later, when the theaters were all open, we produced the festival of 10-minute musical festival.
So I see Wesley says he used to write monologues for friends
So
to
used
use
for
for
auditions.
auditions. Okay.
Nice. Y'all would be a duo. I think just
I think
Edie.
that's us rapping,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, because,
Hey, Elmira's here.
yeah, because we're just like too cool. I'm too and you're cool.
Too cool.
Yeah, we're, we're the new rappers, the new senior rappers from the Pittsburgh area. We're talking to you coming live from the dining room. It's two and cool, or is it two and cool?
We can take turns.
Yeah.
Boy, and we're gonna we were invited to talk to P Flag. Are they sure
Yes.
they wanna? I
Yes.
don't know.
So anyone that hadn't heard yet, we were talking about that earlier. We're lucky enough, and that P Flag has invited us to come speak at one of their meetings, and we're just so over the top and excited about that because we're nervous about it too because I don't know, but we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, and I'm glad that they want us to come.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is talk a little bit and introduce ourselves, and then open it up for questions. And because of talking with all of you on YouTube Live and TikTok Live, we are so used to getting questions that and it's questions about I'm sorry, I'm got distracted here with Wesley again. But we are what was I saying?
I don't know.
We're accustomed to answering questions.
Yeah.
If you put questions out there now, we could answer them. You ladies off your Megan AM. What color straight jacket? Why? Because we're trying to rap, because we became new rappers.
Yeah, rainbow colored
Rappers.
straight jacket.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what
Rappers.
kind of rappers we are, huh? Good cough drop rappers.
Good morning, lady. Missed out on yesterday. Edie, what did you get for your birthday? Wow, Ashley. You know what?
This will be your opportunity to watch yesterday's video and see me open up the packages.
Yeah, because the package now, they're all empty now. These gifts are like out and about in the world already with Edie.
Yeah, that'll be great. Let's see, your rap group should be called Grannies Too Cool. Oh, shoot, Gins are funny. So, let's see. What else are we going to talk about? We went down to the play last night. It was very nice. With us being lesbians, I did notice, like, yes, or you are, and and so I did notice when we were on our way to the theater, and taking your arm and walking through and everything, there are times where you feel a little awkward. Because, you're waiting for somebody to come at you and look at you weird, or whatever.
And I'm walking to a musical of all places, like that's going to happen.
Yeah, but you don't know because you don't know what kind of hate is out there. There's always somebody out there trying to jerk your chain. You know what I mean? So we had a wonderful time. We, everything was great. It was, and we're in downtown Pittsburgh, where people are just, you're going to see what you see.
So when is the P Flag speech? I mean, we were invited to come, I think it's next weekend, and so we've got to get in touch with them, because this was way back in the summer we talked about it. So they put us on the schedule, so we got to get back in touch with them and see if we're still on the schedule.
Yeah,
maybe they changed their mind.
Yeah.
Hey, you both looked very elegant. That was at the play, because we took photos. I mean, it took us no time at all. I mean, I bet within 10 minutes we were ready.
It was amazing how fast we did it. When somebody said free tickets, we was like, oh, I mean, it took me longer to put my clothes on than it took for us to say yes.
So, yeah, something it surprises me what you just said about walking arm in arm to the theater, and that you got kind of, I guess, afraid, kind of cautious, and that surprises me, because Edie's the one, when we got engaged, everywhere we went, we were in the line at Marshall, and Edie telling everybody in line, hey, we're engaged to be married. We're going to get married. And it was like, oh my God.
Yeah, but it seems like every time we do it and every time we come out, we still have to worry about the repercussions of what kind, because there are people that are just not happy with us. They're not enthused with the fact of who we are and that we want to be. They still feel like we need to be in the closet somewhere, not out at a play, not holding hands, not having dinner together. I mean, just or we should be in the situation of be like Aunt Hazel and her friend Aunt Claire.
Right. So do you think it's because there's just a lot more hate going on out there that we're seeing it on social media and in the news and in the laws and stuff?
Or do you think things are raised, just the way we're raised and the way we thought and everything? So
Yeah, but there's a lag. I mean, I'm thinking there's a lag in you because before you were putting it all out there and being all happy and excited, and I kept cringing, saying, "Oh my God!" And I was so proud because you were just out. You're just
Right.
out with me. You know, you're out with me everywhere we go and whoever we're talking with. Now, here's the thing that for me is that, like, if we're in line chatting with somebody for a while, and then Edie says, "Hey, we're married," and blah 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 blah.
Right.
I don't get afraid like they're going to hurt us. I get afraid that they're going to get embarrassed to go back home to their families and say, "Oh my God, we were talking with this lady and she's gay," and that they'll be embarrassed and
I ain't
ashamed.
worried
I
about them
have
embarrassed.
that kind of fear.
Like right there, Wesley said, I used to be ashamed in public, and Michael was in the um, PDA.
Public display of affection.
Right. Now I don't care now. And I understand. I mean, we held hands and walked and stuff. It's just, you just worry about sometimes somebody coming all across with some crazy crap. And then Destin says, I understand that feeling, Edie. I still have a little feeling when my partner grabs my hand in public and shows affection. I totally
Mm-hmm.
understand, Destin. Let's see.
Leslie says, "I will tell my customers my husband."
Oh, yeah.
I always say my husband, and I am out everywhere. I think, and I will still call Edie my partner instead of my wife half the time,
But you
and
know
half the
what,
times
too?
my wife.
I'll tell you this. This was funny. The other night, I called. Oh, it was like an insurance company I had to talk to, and the gentleman I was talking to was very, very nice, just as sweet as can be. And he's asking me all my information and stuff. So then he assumes that I'm
Mm-hmm.
married to a man, and he starts telling me about, so does your husband do this and does your husband do that? And you know what? Instead of just dealing with it, because we did have such a nice rapport going on, this man and
Mm-hmm.
I just left it like it was, because I thought, as soon as I throw that at him, then he's going to probably come across with a little awkward feeling, because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he must have said husband 4 times, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And Nicole said we get looks from people around here. Yeah, and I was like, if you don't like it, your problem, not mine.
Right.
And Edie, sorry for your loss. Thank you, Al. Um, but yeah, God, so it's funny. I don't worry about harm coming to me as much as I worry about causing somebody else harm. And maybe that's the other thing we're told, like, don't come out because it'll be embarrassing for your family. You know, how are they going to meet people? They're going to be embarrassed, and
Hmm.
that's the kind of thing that plays in my head of embarrassing other people because they don't know I'm gay. And then at the same time, I'm always wearing gay stuff. How can anybody not know I'm gay? And when I say eating my partner instead of eating my wife, for a while it was just felt awkward for me to say wife. I mean, having our marriage recognized legally is so recent.
Yes.
The time span of my life is just so recent.
Predestines.
And Justine, I'm very noticeably out too, but I just don't want any conflict from anyone. People are bold these days.
Yes, they are. Yes, they
Hmm.
are. I mean, I guess they're bold, but I'm bold too, So I guess I
Hmm.
mean, I just wasn't feeling it last night, to where I wanted any kind of
And we were surrounded by a lot of people. I mean, a huge crowd. I mean,
sold
downtown
out,
was busy last night.
sold
It was
out,
busy.
and right, right. All the parking lots were packed. If we wouldn't have had that prepaid free ticket, we'd have, God knows, we'd probably still be walking to a parking lot.
That's right. That's right. And yeah, when half the time I call either my partner and half the time my wife, it's not anymore that it's awkward for me to say wife. I'm getting used to that because I say it to Edie all the time at home now. She said it to me all the time. It helped me get used to it, I think,
That's
even though
that's
we're
my
just
wife.
amazed. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Edie
we
said,
still are. We still are amazed that, we're actually married,
Mhm.
and I mean, I'll say it to her like all the time. I'll say, guess what? She says,
What?
what? We're married. And she's like, yeah, I know. It's like, it's,
Mm,
it's a shocker to us all.
yeah.
So I guess if it's a shocker to me, it's probably a shocker to the whole straight community that we ran into last night.
Hmm.
See, and that's what, I'm seeing too, is a whole nother dynamic on the community there.
Hmm.
I'm seeing a largely older African American community.
Uh huh.
So that's
Okay.
what I
And
was
that's what
seeing.
it was last night.
That's what it was.
And so walking arm in arm. It's like, no, 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 we're not supposed to do this.
Yeah, so there's like this little piece of me like, oh my
Mhm.
God, oh my God, oh my God. They're gonna say something mean or do something awful,
Mhm.
and just full of the hate that's out there.
Yeah.
But we didn't experience any
No,
of it,
no.
so it's all probably not all, but a lot of it's in my own mind.
Yeah, that may be. That may be. And because the other thing we found out is that when we do come out to people and we're standing in line with somebody, and talking and chatting, and everybody's got somebody gay in their family.
Right.
Because so many more people are out now. Where back in the day they weren't out, so people thought they didn't know anybody gay because no one in the family told
Right.
them that they
Because they
were.
had Aunt Hazel and Aunt Claire. They were
Right,
just friends that lived
right,
together.
right. And so now everybody does. Everybody knows somebody in their family who's gay. And so it becomes a lot easier, I think, if anything, when we're just out there and talking, and then, and it's not just like Edie says, hey, we're gay. It's like Edie says in the context of something, hey, we're the Rainbow Grannies, blah, 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 blah. And we're
Yes.
wearing our rainbow stuff. So then, yeah, the Nicole thing, I've always been more comfortable in Pittsburgh, but in these little towns like mine, sometimes you look over your shoulder.
That's what I totally understand, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
And being raised in a little town and dealing with that my whole life probably is part of the effect too, that when I go out someplace like that, because um I mean, I'm still like amazed when we ride down the neighborhoods and you see all these pride flags just hanging on
Oh
random
yeah,
porches,
and we
you
point it
know.
out every time.
It's just
Every
like people
time.
just hang pride flags out, and it's not pride season. I mean, we have a pride flag on our porch too, but I mean, it's just so nice to realize that there's a world out there where people
Mm-hmm.
are accepting, and you can live next door to them, and even though
Yeah.
they're straight, they can still respect the fact that you have a pride flag on your
Uh
porch,
huh.
and it's okay,
Uh
and that means they don't have to flatten your tires or whatever.
huh. Right. And so, so what else would I think? The last time I referred to Edie as my partner instead of my wife when talking to somebody, and I realize now I do it not because I'm awkward saying wife, but because I want to let it sink in slowly for them that I'm gay and that Edie is my wife. And
Right.
like partner is a easier word to accept than wife. Wife would be too bold, too shocking. And it's like, why?
Right,
Why?
because
Why?
straight people would never say, I mean, when I hear a straight person use the word partner, it throws me off. It's like, what are they talking about, their partner? And I
Well,
think they do that as a kind of like a respect for us,
yeah,
you
I think
know.
so. And yet, the first time I heard somebody, a friend I hadn't been in touch with for a long time, and I'm saying my life partner, blah 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 blah. She said my life partner, blah 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 blah, which was her husband. And it's like, why are you taking my word? You can say husband. I can't say wife. And
But you
I
can
got
now.
defensive, but I
Right.
can now. But I think it is like you were saying. It wasn't that they were trying to take my word; it's that they were trying to be respectful and speak the same language.
Right, right. And
Because
it's
I
just kind
know
of
I remember when we before we legalized gay marriage, there were straight friends who wanted to get married, and they were pushing for gay marriage rights, and they wouldn't get married until everybody could get married.
right.
And so there were a lot of people being political that way. Though you got to wonder, was that just another way of
Another
not
excuse of
committing?
yeah, yeah.
It's what it feels
They'll
like
say
now because it's
anything.
like,
Oh heck yeah. It's like the married people that refuse to wear a ring because I don't want to feel like I'm like belong to nobody. It's like you put the ring on your finger because I want people to know you belong to somebody.
hey, Christopher's in the house, but he got to turn off his video camera if we can see him because he's gonna go take a shower now.
No, we can't see you, Christopher. It's okay.
Say it loud, say it proud.
That's right. So
Yeah.
we want to thank everybody that's on here listening to us, and make sure that if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so that every time we put up a video, you'll get a notification. Now, Judy works tirelessly, effortlessly on those videos, making sure that she edits them so that we can all enjoy our experience. This morning she was working on one. We have one coming up where we made that trip to the Moundsville Pen, and we shot video at nighttime, and in the corners of the videos you might see a little surprise here and there. So Judy's working on that one this morning, and it'll be dropping on Wednesday. So we try to put our videos up on Wednesday, and then we do lives on the weekend like this, and then they replay. So then that way you can watch them over if you need to or want to, or if there's any kind of great information that we might have touched on.
Yeah. So we talked a lot about our trip at the penitentiary yesterday. So you can
Yes.
rewatch that to hear all the description. With
Oh,
the video
yes.
I'm putting together now, you'll get to see what we saw.
Yeah, I had a lot of information yesterday that I shared
Okay.
with you. There's a lot of stuff the man had told us, and it was really nice to learn so much. Let's see. Oh, Nicole said she's always been wanting to go there. Nicole, go. If you have the ability to go somewhere like that, to one of those nighttime penitentiary things where you get a flashlight and walk through, go. Have fun. Because it's scary. I mean, it's not like, ooh, well, it could be, but we weren't like scared. But
yeah,
it is dark in a penitentiary.
I mean, they had this for paranormal experiences that people were experiencing there, but we weren't looking. We didn't notice anything like that. But it was so crowded and so lit up with flashlights when we were there.
Right.
Go on a different night and like maybe you will
when it's just
feel that,
because I think Megan said that they have
neck.
the little ones where there's like 5 people in a group. Now 5 people in that pen, that's not very many. You can stretch out real good, and
But what was interesting for me, I mean, this was the penitentiary that opened in 1866 and closed in the 1990s. And it was just, it's not a place you want to go to. It's not a place, I mean, it's a place you want to tour. And I can't imagine what the people were thinking who were put in jail there that is now a tourist attraction.
So I wonder if there's any, like, because that prison they were used to be, a lot of them made like that with that Gothic style and everything. Yeah. I wonder if there's any of them still in
use.
Yes. Because it's kind of like Alcatraz.
I've always been told it's hard to get tickets because they're always sold out.
Oh, there was happening that night. They actually have overnights where they got like cots. You can stay the night and everything. Now they know the reason they put cots in there is because somebody like me that's sleepy. Because honestly, I could probably go right in there, walk around for an hour or so, find myself a cot and lay down.
I think I would lay down very uneasy. When did they put the cot in the cell and you have to share 3 people in a cell and they close the door? But they say don't close the door and lock it because that doesn't mean they're not going to be able to unlock it and let you out.
That's what they say.
There was a jail in Owego, New York, that they turned into a restaurant.
There's a here in I think it's close to Lawrenceville. There's a funeral home that they turned into a restaurant, and we've gone there a couple different times. Now the food, but it's a neat place. It's a really neat place. I took Philip, my son, there last time he was home, and we ate outside in the courtyard. And I did send him in to go to the bathroom and look around because it was a big fancy funeral home, and now it's a restaurant. What's it called? Abbey. Something on the Abbey. Yes. So maybe. I want to thank you. What else? We got anything else we want to talk about?
What else is going on?
What else is going on with you guys? You got anything you want to share with us that we can talk about since we have a few more minutes here to go?
Because we talk about a lot of things on TikTok, and then we get here and we're kind of, I remember when it was a jail, my sister and I would walk by and they would, oh, really?
Whistle at your sister's big breast? Well, maybe she should have. How many times did Jens walk by? I got a feeling that she might, because if you walk past one time and say they whistle at your sister's big breast and she doesn't like it, then you shouldn't walk by again. But if she likes somebody whistling at her big breast, then she'd probably just keep making loops around the prison, huh? Is that what it was? Was your sister making loops around the prison? Maybe they was whistling
at me.
They probably were, Wesley.
They probably
oh my God, that's probably part of the Sugar Shack.
That's right.
Wesley?
That's right. Because there was a room called the Sugar Shack. When it was too rainy outside, they wouldn't hang out in a Sugar Shack.
Yeah.
And the guards didn't hang out in there because who wants to hang out with hundreds of sweaty guys in the Sugar Shack? The guards say.
That's what they said.
Maybe. We were teenagers.
Yeah.
Sugar candy.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to thank you all for hanging out here with us. We're going to go. It's been a great morning. We had we had a nice
Yeah.
little chit chat here. Huh?
Yeah, I got to finish editing a video, and Edie's got to take a nap and find out where we're going to go this afternoon. We'll go out, if we go find a place and go find a petting zoo or something like this,
Yeah, we'll go
you know,
live. We'll go live,
yeah,
and
that'd be
you
good.
guys will get to see. Everybody, thank you very much again.
Have a great day. Have a great week. It's Sunday. If it's beautiful and sunny, go and enjoy the beautiful and sunny day. Hey, have a good week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.